Before we begin, I need to ask you something. Do you believe an unexpected encounter can change to lives forever? That sometimes the simplest act, like changing a tire can, become the beginning of something even destiny didn't see coming. You will meet the story of Gabriel, a single father who carries in his eyes the strength of someone who has already lost too much. And the story of Vanessa, a young widow trying to survive a pain the world insists on ignoring. They didn't know each other. They had nothing in common. But on an empty road, in the moment their paths crossed, everything changed. As you watch, try to imagine, what if it were you there? What if a simple choice could rewrite your destiny? Invite you, stay until the end. Because the final scene may touch something inside you that's been asleep for a long time. And before we start, tell me in the comments, do you believe in second chances? Your answer might make this story even more special. Now take a deep breath. The road is empty, the wind is shifting, and destiny is about to begin. The road seemed endless. The sun hid behind the mountains, turning the sky into a blend of orange and lilac as the wind carried the silence of lifeless miles. Vanessa gripped the steering wheel tightly when she heard the dry snap, the sound everyone fears on an empty road. The car jerked to the side, threatened to lose control, but she managed to pull over safely. Only then did she realize she was trembling. The door creaked as it opened, and the warm smell of asphalt rose into the air. Vanessa walked to the side of the car and saw the tire completely flat. She took a deep breath, feeling the weight of loneliness settle on her shoulders. It was always like this. Always her against the world. The sky still had color, but inside her, everything was gray. She looked around. No cars, no lights, nothing. Only the echo of her own breathing. If you've ever felt a moment like this, total helplessness. Right, I understand in the comments. Sometimes just knowing someone else understands already helps. Vanessa knelt down to examine the tire. The torn rubber told a story of bad luck and abandonment, as if the road had chosen to test her precisely that day. The ground was hot, and the air still carried the dust from a car that had passed hours earlier. She touched the flat tire and felt frustration rise like a knot in her throat. She opened the trunk, hoping to find something useful. But her eyes quickly got lost among tools she didn't know how to use. Her breathing grew heavier, a mix of anger and desperation. How many times had she had to figure things out alone since losing her husband? How many times did she have to be strong even when she didn't want to be? Everything seemed to ask her, how much longer can you endure? She looked at the empty road again. Nothing changed. No sign of help. If this feeling has ever touched your life, leave a like. You have no idea how much that strengthens stories like this. **** Silence was broken by the distant growl of an engine. Vanessa stood quickly, wiping her hands on her pants. An old pickup truck approached slowly, lifting dust as it decelerated. The sound of its tires on the asphalt felt like it was announcing something important, as if destiny was about to shift direction. The truck stopped a few meters ahead. Its yellowish headlights illuminated her car. For a moment, she felt afraid. Empty road, late afternoon, and she was alone. Nothing felt safe in that setting. But then she saw the driver step out. A man with a calm gaze and a steady posture. Without rush or arrogance, Daniel closed the truck door gently. His face carried the exhaustion of someone who works too hard, but also the kindness of someone who never learned to turn his back on someone in need. If you believe there are still people who stop to help without asking for anything in return, subscribe. Stories of kindness deserve to be told. Daniel walked slowly, keeping his hands visible so he wouldn't scare her. Vanessa stepped back but stopped when she noticed his eyes carried no threat. It was the kind of look that spoke more than words. Respect, care, calm. The wind messed up her hair, and for a second they just stood there, studying each other. Vanessa tried to understand if she could trust him. Daniel tried to show she didn't need to be afraid. Sometimes it's not the situation that frightens us. It's everything that came before it. When he smiled, something in her chest loosened. For the first time that day, it felt like life was willing to give her a break. If you've ever feared trusting someone but ended up being surprised, right? I've lived that in the comments. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Daniel stopped a few steps away, keeping a respectful distance. His smile was shy, almost embarrassed. Need a hand? Looks like your tire gave up on you early. Vanessa let out a self-conscious smile. Yeah, I tried to check it, but I don't know how to do this. He nodded as if that was perfectly understandable. For him, helping wasn't an obligation, it was instinct. If this exchange of energy touched you, leave a comment. It helps this video reach more people. Vanessa crossed her arms, took a deep breath, and finally said, "Okay. Thank you for stopping." Admitting she needed help felt harder than accepting the blown tire itself. Daniel smiled with sincere relief. He didn't want to invade her space-only help. No problem. It won't take long. There was something in the way he spoke, firm yet gentle, that comforted her in an unexpected way. The road was still empty, but it no longer felt so lonely. If you believe asking for help is also a sign of strength, comment. Strength is knowing when to ask. Asterisk, asterisk, Daniel opened the back of his truck and pulled out a worn toolbox. Every scratch told stories of hard work and survival stories of a single father making do with what he had. He carried it with ease, as if it were part of him. Vanessa watched from a distance. It wasn't just that he knew what he was doing. It was how calm he was while doing it. As if no problem was too big to be solved with patience, as Daniel knelt beside her car. The sun slowly set, bathing them in a golden film-like glow. If this scene brought you peace, consider subscribing. It helps a lot. Asterisk, asterisk, Daniel began loosening the bolts with steady movements. No grimaces, no complaints, no drama. Just a man doing what he had always done, solving problems with his own hands. Vanessa was fascinated not by the task, but by the way he carried himself. It was rare to see someone help without expecting anything in return. He did it as if it was natural, and maybe. For him it was. The cold wind began to blow, and the golden light of dusk highlighted small details, sweat on his forehead. Silent effort, respect in every gesture. If you value simple acts like this, comment. Simple gestures change everything. Vanessa stepped a little closer, watching Daniel work. She noticed his way was different. No rush, no arrogance, just genuine dedication. And it stirred something inside her. It had been a long time since she'd seen someone act with such spontaneous kindness. Her heart, so used to holding painful memories, seemed to recognize something it never expected to feel again. For a moment, he looked up and met her eyes. A silent, deep, meaningful exchange. If this kind of connection touches you, leave a like. It helps more than you think. Asterisk, asterisk. When the tire finally came off, Daniel joked, "If there were a university for tire changing, I'd have a PhD by now." Vanessa laughed, immediately a light. Sincere laugh she barely recognized after so long. Daniel smiled, happy he had eased her burden, even if just a little. The laugh echoed down the road, breaking the heavy silence that had accompanied her day. If this laugh made you feel something good, comment, laughed with them, asterisk, asterisk. As Daniel placed the spare tire, he said jokingly, "My son keeps saying he throws nails on the road just to justify all the flat tires." Vanessa smiled, but her gaze trembled. She took a breath and whispered, "I had a son too." The words fell heavy in the air. Silence took over. Daniel instantly understood he shouldn't ask anything else. He simply nodded. With respect, if you've ever held back a pain so you wouldn't weigh down the moment, comment, "I know how it feels." Daniel tightened the last bolt and tapped the tire lightly. "There you go. Now you can drive safely." He smiled simply, proud of his work. Vanessa lowered her head, emotionally. "I have no words. Thank you." Truly, the wind blew harder, carrying away a little of the weight she'd been holding. If this moment touched you, consider subscribing to support stories like this. Asterisk, asterisk. Vanessa stepped closer without thinking and held his hand. Just a light touch, but full of meaning. A silent request for him to understand everything she couldn't say. Daniel didn't pull away. He didn't act embarrassed. He simply stayed present like someone who understood pain because he had felt it too. Their eyes met again, and this time, something new was born. If this small gesture moved you, comment, "A touch that heals." ***, Daniel stepped back and said, "I'll follow you to the city, just to make sure you get there safely." Vanessa smiled more easily this time. "Thank you, I really appreciate it." They walked to their cars. The road was growing darker, but it didn't feel as cold anymore. And maybe it wasn't the road. Maybe it was her. She got into her car with a new feeling: trust. If you believe no one should drive home alone, leave a like. The two vehicles drove down the dimly lit road. The blue sky deepened into night, and the city lights appeared in the distance. It was almost poetic, the old truck staying a few meters behind her, like a silent promise of protection. Vanessa checked the rearview mirror from time to time, not out of worry, but comfort. Knowing he was there made everything lighter, simpler. They drove together like two paths that had crossed without warning. If you enjoy journeys like this one, comment, "Shared journey." ***. At the entrance of the city, they both parked. The yellow streetlights reflected on their faces, creating a warm, intimate atmosphere. Vanessa got out of the car with a smile she barely remembered how to make. Daniel approached slowly. "If you want to, someday I can teach you how to change another one." Vanessa laughed. "I hope I won't need it, but I'd like that." The night surrounded them, soft, comforting. Some encounters are not coincidences. They are answers. If this story touched your heart, subscribe now and comment. Love appears when we least expect it. I'll read every comment.